throughout the earth. And keep destruction and pestilence from us and from all your people. Yehi ratzon milifnei Avinu shebashamayim. May it be the will of our Father in heaven. Likayim banu chachmei Yisrael, heim u'neseihem, u'vneihem, u'vnoteihem, v'talmideihem, v'talmideihem, b'chol mekomot moshvoteihem, v'nomar, Amen. May it be the will of our Father in heaven that good tidings of deliverance and comfort may be heard and announced. And that he may gather our scattered ones from the four corners of the earth, and let us say Amen. As for those of our brethren of the whole house of Israel who are subjected to trouble or captivity, on sea or on dry land, may God have mercy on them, and deliver them from every trouble, and speedily bring them from darkness to light, and from oppression to freedom. And let us say, Amen. Let us say, Amen. Avinu shebashamayim. Yehi ratzon milifnei Avinu shebashamayim. Lichonei beit chayenu. Uleashir et shechinato b'tocheinu b'mheira b'yameinu v'nomar Amen. Yehi ratzon milifnei Avinu shebashamayim. L'rachim aleinu v'yapletatenu. V'limnor maschit v'nagef me'aleinu. V'mi'al kol amo beit Yisrael v'nomar Amen. V'lakom l'rachim aleinu v'yosei mitzvah.
Shalom, I am Rabbi Shaul Praver. You're watching Rabbi Rock. After the Holocaust, the world, the United Nations, made a promise. And that promise was, never again shall there be genocide in this world. We have not fulfilled our promise. And that's why we're here today. And sometimes it's the children that lead us. We are here today with Assistant Principal from the Danbury High School, Tim Salem. We are here with Sabrina Worth, and we are here with Alicia Rashid and Max Delahanty, students of the Danbury High School, talking about the work that they're involved with in stopping the genocide in the Sudan. And with no further ado, I welcome Tim Salem and the students here on Rabbi Rock. Shalom.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Welcome. You made a very, very important DVD with last year's class.
Right.
And tell us about it.
Well, it's a DVD that the whole concept was to try to move people emotionally, to get them involved in the situation in Darfur, both educationally and a motivation for action. And so we spent about 4 months putting together this piece, and then ultimately came up with 8 minutes of footage that we felt comfortable with. And we titled it The Promise, as to allude to the promise that was made that you referenced back in 1945 to hold people accountable for crimes against humanity. And that's how the ball got rolling.
Now, how did you throw yourself into this? What life experience did you have that made you so concerned and aware?
Well, I think it's twofold. Teaching a course that I had worked on for so long called Multicultural Issues kept me very aware of human rights issues. And then having my first child, my daughter, in May of '04.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've had a second child since then, but thank you. But that, I think, it deepened my commitment to humanity and wanting to do something specifically in this situation, Darfur, knowing that there were innocent people being murdered and killed, and wanting to do my part and putting my best foot forward.
Well, we just saw those faces on the screen, and they're the kind of kids you just want to pinch their cheeks and take them home. And they're beautiful people, and they're being chopped down, gunned down, and by the hundreds of thousands. We'll get into that more, but let's tell our audience, introduce our students here a little bit. Tell us a little more, Sabrina, if you will, about the ongoing projects that you're doing at the high school in this regard.
Sure. Basically, we started off the year with attending the Save Darfur rally held in Central Park. We organized a group of about 40 students to attend that. Upon return to Danbury High, the group kind of self-formed itself. We all came to Mr. Salem and said, we really want to help out with the project and continue on with efforts from last year. Our focus was really to raise relief funds for the refugee camps in Darfur, and we're basically putting together projects throughout the year to do that. One of our main projects was the Danbury for Darfur concert, which featured songs from classic animated films, and from that night alone, we raised $5,000 for the Save the Children Foundation for Darfur. Other things that we've been doing would be, we've been presenting alongside Mia Farrow. We've been presenting at universities and local high schools in the area. We presented at Yale University, which was really a great milestone for us. But other than that, we'll be rounding out for a year with a trip to Michigan. I'm assuming we'll talk about a little more later.
Okay.
So.
You mentioned Mia Farrow, and she, before we started the show off the air, she had made this analogy to, would you save somebody that was drowning? Can you tell us that analogy, what we mentioned?
I think Max knows that analogy a little more than I do.
We'll switch over here to Max.
Okay. After spending a lot of time with Mia Farrow on many presentations, she's influenced me in many ways. Along with the analogy, which she often says in every presentation to high school students, she says that with knowledge comes responsibility. And no matter who she's talking to, she shares that quote with you. And that shows, what we're doing here today. We're knowledgeable on this subject, and now we're taking a responsibility to help these people. In terms of analogy, she often says, if you're on your way to work one day and you know that someone's drowning next door or across the road, would you save the child? And of course you're going to answer yes. But when she moves the distance and increases the distance to in a different country, on a different continent, on the other side of the world, in a different world, would you save the child? And that's when you have to answer yes in order to make a difference.
And really, what she's doing is she's questioning our moral obligation from a global perspective.
And in a globalized world with such fast communication, so our knowledge increases and our responsibility increases. That's the price of globalism. Now we skipped over Alicia. Tell us, please, a little bit about some of the current issues that are going on in this regard.
Current issues going on, they range variably. Every day it gets worse. More people are killed. The situation intensifies. Kids just get killed more and more by the day. Actually, there's another topic coming up about kids who are actually being drawn into the into the military. They're just being kidnapped in order to fight against the people and to burn down the towns and cities, or the just the areas, the general areas around there. And along with that, internationally, the situation doesn't get any better. China was one of the main roadblocks on getting the Sudan government to break down their guards and just allow people to come into the area and to save the citizens, basically bring them back to a normal life, stop the genocide from happening. And recently, President Hu from China came over to Sudan. They had a meeting with President al-Bashir, and basically the president just kind of said something about how, the situation in Darfur needs to be taken care of. He didn't really address anything firm because he has ties with Sudan economically. He has oil that, China gets 10% of their oil from the area, so they really don't want to put as much effort, or they don't want to put down as much,
pressure,
as much pressure
they feel like
onto the area.
If they put too much pressure, the price could go up?
Exactly, the price could go up or productions can stop. So they kind of just said it as more of a way to satisfy the pressure that they've been getting from the international community to just say something to the Darfur.
I see.